Hi, and welcome to my Bible journaling process video. This is Becky, and this is my very first video, process video, I guess. Right now, I am working through day 17 of Illustrated Faith's Gratitude Documented, and the verse was Romans 15:13. Now may the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace as you believe, so that you may overflow with hope by the power of the Holy Spirit. And so what I did was I highlighted that verse, and then I grabbed for my Elaine Davis jumbo grid labels, and I love to layer with those. So I grabbed those, and then I decided to pick out some pattern paper to stamp on. So I grabbed some of the larger stamps that I have, and these are by Studio Calico. And I'm just stamping on various pattern papers and just some plain white cardstock, and then I'll cut those out. I'm finding that stamping directly in my Bible is getting harder to do, just with as much bulk as it's getting in there. And so I just think it's neat to stamp on this paper and then either glue it in or stitch it on another piece and put it in there. It just kind of adds to the visual interest. So I'm kind of mixing them up, doing different ones, and then I'm going to cut all those out, and we'll see that I am spelling every day for everyday hope. I kind of experimented with fussy cutting some of those letters out too, and kind of doing the negative, cutting out the negative, and I just think the look of it is really neat. And then I grabbed out of my stack of old patterns. I've kind of been putting some of that here and there in because it doesn't really bulk up my Bible. But here I am layering that on top, and I'm just putting a little bit of adhesive for my tape roller on there just so it'll stick. So when I run it through my sewing machine, it doesn't go flopping everywhere. But I really liked how it turned out. And then I realized I didn't leave enough room, so I had to slide some things over, Sometimes it's hard to see the bigger picture when you're working on a process. So then I run it through my sewing machine, and then I'm just kind of roughing up the edges. And I apologize if I sound a little winded. I run out of breath really easy right now. I had surgery, and so I'm still kind of recovering from that, but I feel like I might be breathing heavy, and I apologize. So here I am, I'm just kind of putting it in there and seeing what looks best. I don't usually ever really know. I just know what I want to use, and then I kind of throw it in there and rearrange as I go. One staple that I seem to always grab are those wildflower print and pray goodies, or they came with a wildflower kit, but I'm constantly printing them. I constantly have a stack I'm cutting out, and even the one day I ran out of colored ink, and so I had all gray, and I'm like, these are gorgeous any color. So just trying to figure out which way I want it to go. I wanted to add that little pop of yellow, so I grabbed those little puffy sticker leaves. I think they were from like a Studio Calico kit. Then I just kind of tuck things in, and here we go. Cut that down so I could save the other half to use in another project. And now I'm just kind of gluing everything down. Then I decided I needed my Bible mat because everything was just really uneven underneath there. I even prop up the one end with acrylic block for stamping because it's just crazy how disformed my Bible is right now. That little pink folder I'm grabbing right now is just kind of a small like coupon organizer I got at Walmart. And I stick, like, if I cut out pieces from Print and Pray, I'll just stick them in there. Or if I cut something in half, I'll stick that in there. Here I grabbed for another wildflower that I printed out on clear transparency paper, and I just thought it looked good tucked in the top there. I find that I have a hard time throwing any little piece of paper away anymore, so then I just kind of looked through some stickers because I needed something down at the bottom. I ended up just going with this little flower ephemera. It might be from like Felicity Jane maybe. So I'm sticking that down, and I stuck a little bit more of that tinsel yarn down in with it. Had to use a washi. I feel like that's a must-have in everything. So I stick that down at the top. And put my Bible tab up there. I attached some of that tinsel yarn that I had. And then I'm reaching for, out of the gratitude document kit, there's the thankful for Jill did in the day. So I'm just putting thankful on my tab. And then I reach for this diamond stencil that came with one of the Illustrated Faith kits. I'm thinking Storyteller. I think that's right. But I love it, and I hadn't used it in a while, so I'm just kind of adding a few in here and there. And then my little polka dots. If I'm not using paint splatters, I'm usually using these, so I just added a few in there. And then I grabbed my Neocolor 2 crayons, and I like to offset the color on these. So I grabbed for a pink and a yellow color. And then a color that I thought was turquoise to kind of match, or teal, but it's a little different, but it works. And then I just wash those with a little bit of water to blend it out. And that pretty much wraps it up. I'll stamp it with my date stamp. And I noticed I forgot to put the day, number 17, up at the top, but I do that before I take my picture, so it's all good. And that's gonna finish up day 17. If you enjoyed this process video and looks like you would like to do gratitude documented, head on over to Illustrated Faith's website and check it out. I don't think it's ever too late to start, and it's the perfect time of the year to do a project like this. Thank you for joining me for this process video, and have a great day.